Every person in the world that reached gold status has that one Pixar movie that stuck with them and made them who they are today. It could be Cars, Toy Story, Up, Monster Inc., Incredibles, Ratatouille, or even Wall-E. But for me, it was Inside Out. I used most messages learning Pixar movies, because why not? But the one that really defined me was definitely this one. The movie starts with Riley being born shortly after we get introduced to her first emotion, joy, the reason games are still fun no matter what age. Next, we see sadness, the reason you cry alone in your room, fear, the reason you're not talking to that one person, disgust, the reason you're probably annoying or picky, and anger, the reason you get rage baited. After that, they show how the brain works. Every action and emotion makes creates a ball that they call memories, and throughout the day, the memories get stored into this big shelf that releases every stored memory into a memory library. Lastly, we have core memories, memories that don't get sent to the library and instead create buildings called personalities. So far, we have the goof off building, friendship building, hockey building, honesty, and family. All these things make Riley Riley. And everything's all cool until they move to San Francisco. After at least a 28-hour drive, they make it to their new home. Before stepping out the car, Riley's emotions picture a super cool, awesome house. But sadly, it was just like a 2.5K a month house from New York. They even get the dead mouse. Causing emotions to freak out and button mash, except Joy. She manages to cope and calm other emotions down. Calm and Joy W. But then more bad news hits. Their moving van isn't arriving until next week, Thursday. Yikes. Causing the emotions to freak out once again. But the Go Joy manages to save the day. She suggests the family goes out for pizza? Why do you take out the pepperoni just to add broccoli? You people are strange, bruh. But it doesn't really cause a big issue. Big issue is something's wrong with sadness. She's starting to have these constant urges to touch things and spread her cooties, which Joy does not like. If you look closely at the memories and core memories, it's mostly yellow, which shows that Joy feels like she's the main emotion that Riley needs. Nighttime hits, and Riley's mother tells her that she's thankful for her staying happy, which makes Joy believe she's doing the right thing and has to take the burden of being the leader. First day of school, Riley is forced to introduce herself in front of her silly-looking classmates. At first, Joy was just yapping about how much she loved Minnesota, but sadness started spreading her cooties, which causes her to cry in front of the whole class. That really sucks, but that causes something new to happen. It spawned a core memory, but unlike the other ones, it was blue instead of yellow, meaning it was a sad core memory. Ooh, which makes Joy and sadness fight over it, and leads to them getting sucked away into the memory library, making one of the worst outcomes possible. Because not only did they take away all of Riley's core memories, which turns out every building that makes Riley who she is, joy and sadness, who are very important emotions, are no longer in Riley's head, leaving Riley to only act with disgust, fear, or anger. After school, Riley and her dad get into an argument and sends her to her room. The dad then tries to comfort her, making a silly face, but since Goofball Building is turned off right now, that's not Riley's character anymore, causes the first building to be hit. Goodbye, Goofball Building. Joy and sadness sees this and realizes they have to hurry up. Thankfully, sadness knows where to go because she read the manual for the memory library. But sadness was still being a loser right now. She made Joy drag across the whole memory library while holding all of the core memories. And while this takes place, Riley gets angry at her friend from Minnesota because they made a new friend, which causes the second building to fall. Loki after Joy and sadness left, angry, he was just bugging, right? He kept selling the bag. But after Friendship Island falls, Joy and sadness runs into Bing Bong, Riley's old imaginary friend. He's a little slow, but like he's still goated though. He calm. He sparked cotton candy,
Yummy.
elephant, cat, and dolphin for some reason. Bing Bong suggests that they take the memory train because it's the fastest way. He also gives them the shortcut. Like, but this right here, this is right here exactly what I'm talking about when I say it's a little slow. Look. You see this door? You see this door? It clearly says, danger, keep out. But Bing Bong says,
DANGER, shortcut.
nigga. Now, I'll cut him to slack. He's like 5 years old because he's an imaginary friend. So that, yeah, I'm most like 5 years old. But Joy, he's most likely like 11 years old because, yeah, Riley's 11 years old. Same with sadness, but sadness, he literally says, Joy, we shouldn't do this. It's dangerous. And we'll take sadness side. Yeah, it's just dangerous. Of course it's dangerous. But Joy decides to ignore sadness and says that Bing Bong knows what he's talking about, even though she literally met him like 5 minutes ago. Big surprise, the room is dangerous. It's called the abstract memory thingamajiggy. The room has the ability to deconstruct memories. Luckily, they make it out, but sadly, they missed the train. Bing Bong says that there's another train coming soon, though. They just have to go to the imagination land, and it isn't a shortcut. But Bing Bong does kill a man. Meanwhile, Riley has a hockey game, and she eats ass because Hockey Island is down. She doesn't know how to play hockey anymore, which causes anger to crash out and destroy Hockey Island. I'm an angry Al. We cut back to Joy's group, and we see memory workers destroy old things Riley cared about, including Bing Bong's ride, which crushes his spirit. Joy tried to cheer him up, but she can't because he's too sad. So sadness steps in and matches his sadness, which shockingly makes him feel better. Sadness is using her ability to understand what he's going through and calms him down. Joy doesn't understand at this point, but so she's left confused. After making it to the train shuts down because Riley's asleep, so they decide to wake up with happiness, which obviously just wouldn't work unless it was like a wet dream. Sadness didn't try to wake up with fear, which is working until security came and took away Big Bong. Sadness and Joy then go freak Bing Bong and meet this big ass clown who they used to wake Riley up. After waking up, Anger gets mad, big surprise, and he gives us another Anger L. Anger came up to the conclusion that none of this would be happening if they were still in Minnesota, so he steals Riley's mother's car to go buy a ticket, which is insane because a ticket from San Francisco to Minnesota is literally $200. Yeah, I don't care how sad my kid is, if he does it, I'm beating that man. But there goes honestly. Joy and the rest received late news that Riley is leaving, so they decided to hurry up to Family Island before it's too late. They decided to make it on one of Family Island's tubes that suck up memories to headquarters. But Joy decides to go alone because she doesn't want Sadness to ruin Riley's memories. Which I understand, but leaving Sadness is still crazy. So I let the two breaks, causing her and Bing Bong to fall into the memory void, the place where memories are forgotten and never come back up. Okay, this is the sad part. This is where real men cry. After Bing Bong and Joy reach the end of the pit, they find Bing Bong's old ride, which is power of imagination, I'm pretty sure. They sing a song to make you up, but fail. They try again, and fail. Right before the third try, Bing Bong comes up with an idea. So they do the usual singing, but right before the ride goes up, Bing Bong jumps off. He jumps off the ride. Him and Joy continue to sing the song, making Joy the only one that goes up the pit, bro. Then Bing Bong fades away. R.I.P. Bing Bong, bro. Bing Bong has died. The writing here is so peak, bro. I didn't really know why Bing Bong couldn't go up with her, but I'm pretty sure it's either because he didn't have as much imagination as Joy, or like willpower, or it's because Riley just doesn't care about it anymore, so like, he was like bound there. But regardless, that scene was peak. After finally making out the pit, Joy starts chasing down Sadness because she's moping around and running away, thinking she's terrible for Riley. Now she can run. Sadness gets on the cloud and becomes Lakitu, and Joy makes an idea. Then she kills somebody. Poor cloud people. Joy makes a bunch of these clones of teenage boys and stack them on top of each other to grab Sadness, and then use a trampoline to fling them to HQ. They force Riley to get off the bus as soon as they arrive, and they run back home. When they make it back home, Joy decides to let Sadness take over, causing Riley to break down in front of her parents. And as Riley cries into her parents' arms, Sadness lets Joy join in, making the first core memory of Sadness and Joy, bruh. That's just peak, bro. It's cinema. It's cinema. Let me yap to explain this. If you don't want to hear, you can skip. I don't mind. Thugging it out is something that a lot of people do. They push away their sadness and try to act like everything is fine, which is why Joy kept pushing away sadness. As soon as you get older, you kind of realize sadness isn't some kind of disease or whatever. It's just another human emotion. The story's trying to tell you that it's okay to be sad, especially when a sad thing is happening to you. For Riley's case, it was her moving away from the place she grew up in and loved. The reason Sadness had these urges is because Riley couldn't hold it back anymore, which is fair. She's only 10 years old. And the reason Sadness let Joy join in is because when you're with someone you love or someone that loves you, when you let it all out, you'll feel better because of the reassurance. This movie just goated, bro. I love everything about it. I love how Anger makes the dumbest decisions. I love how it fears the one that tries to stop these decisions. I love how Joy pushes Sadness away. I love how Sadness is the most mature one. And I love how Disgusted hates broccoli. I love the world building. It's just cool. It's cool that they made a reason for every single human reaction that we do. This movie it's peak, bro. It's cinema. If you like the video, subscribe. If not, subscribe.